What's up, my XRP brothers from another mother and my cute XRP sisters? This is Rob with the Rob 007 channel, coming to you from a stinking hot Venice Island. Still a gorgeous day down at the beach, 5 out of 5, and apologies. Yesterday I had such a two left-footed day. I was just had one punch after another all day long. I couldn't believe all the things that happened in one day. But you roll with the punches, and the title of this episode is the best 15-minute XRP video you will watch today out there. It is a must watch. It is a great flip moment has begun. Watch this episode to the end. Probably truly one of the best video clips I've watched over the last 5 years. So we're going to dig down into it. Thank you as always. It's so refreshing that we're starting to restore it and get back. We're over 3,100 subscribers now. Can't wait to get to the first 10,000. So indeed, if you are new to this video, and actually the last video we did, we had 10,000 views, 1,000 likes, almost 2K subs. Great start. Actually, the one our last one's lagging behind, not quite at that 10,000 mark yet. So indeed, if you are new to this channel, if you would hit the subscribe button to subscribe, the bell for notifications, that like button, tap it, slap it, whatever you are feeling for Thursday. I imagine a lot of you guys want to slap it, considering the markets. And then don't forget about the fine folks at Caleb and Brown. Link is in the description. I will get those links in. I feel bad for not having them in, but yeah, it's my favorite and one of my favorite exchanges to custody my XRP. That link is in there. Tell them Rob sent you. And also, if you want to get a bonus, my favorite exchange to trade on is indeed Kraken. You get a $50 sign up bonus when you do them. Link in there as well, and you can double the fun with I Trust Capital. They'll give you a Benjamin for signing up. So yeah, there we go. And if you're looking for that ROI on XRP, I am still OMG on it. Email me your name and number and a good time to call you, and that in the description is my email. And also beware, even though this is like my 5th video I put out, I got scammers and imposters all over again. They just jump on it so quick. It's just ugh. And a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This channel is purely for entertainment and educational purposes only. And yeah, this is the third day. This is the third chicken little day where the sky's been falling. FUD is absolutely everywhere, especially with XRP. Even BC Backer put out a video this morning saying that the 340 we got earlier this year, could be the cycle top. Possibly could be. So you gotta always, I say, you gotta just kind of err on the side. And for me, it's always my cup's half full, and then also I'm prepared for the worst. And the Dark Defender, by the way, he seems that he is not stirred nor shaken. For a little TA down by the beach, he says XRP finalizing that ABC correction, and then it heads towards $10.47. There, got it. And it says our targets are for going forward, going up, 330. $4.30 and $5.85 before reaching 10.47. Support at 3, we lost that, and the next support is at 2.85. It's been flirting with that a good bit already. From yesterday it did. Luckily we haven't gotten that close. I think 2.88 is our lowest so far today, and if we do lose the 2.85, the next support goes down to 2.64. So just prepare to ride it out. And then yes, and for those that you can buy the dip, not financial advice, and I have no loose change in between the car seats anymore. In the comments, Alan Porter says, love your hopium content. Says definitely something nefarious going on with XRP. Yes, I agree. That's a suppression, and suppression is really, they're holding back the price, and I've seen a couple of tweets regarding that, and in words of Better Call Saul, yeah, there's some chicanery going on. So anyway, in the comments, Vin says, great content, super positive attitude, greetings from Germany. Greetings to you as well, my friend. Currently, we got Bitcoin trading at 112,475 as it continues to slump. It is actually, at the time, it was flat on 24-hour. XRP, again, struggling right at 289, down about 1.5% on the 24 hours that it continues to bleed. Gonna be the best 5-minute XRP video in the back half of this. It's one of the best I've watched. Moved my needle yesterday. I was so excited about it. I'm gonna kind of break it down for you, and I'll go over that clip. And it's the most mind-blowing, profound 4 minutes, actually 4 minute video I have seen in 5 years, hence making this video a must watch. And it really is, because we're going to be talking about that. Gonna leave you bullish as fill in the blank, that's for sure. You know, I've been dropping a lot of those F-bombs. I won't do it on the channel, I keep it G-rated, but boy, haven't we had a lot of reasons I've been throwing that F-bomb around given the suppression, and it just going sideways like what seems forever. The second yesterday, the video I did 2 days ago, I was spot on talking about how the price is being suppressed. It certainly appears that way. So, and then also this correction where it's also in the charts. So, too late, Powell. Can you please cut rates? Everything costs way too much. Have you noticed? I tell you, I've been personally bleeding out more money paying bills faster than Jerome Powell is printing dollar bills out of thin air at the Federal Reserve. And yeah, waking up to seeing your XRP at 289, whatever again, it's like I'm feeling like an ATM machine this morning, just like a Jerome Powell ATM machine. Yep. Okay. Now, getting on to the good stuff, because we'll get right down into it. And I'll just begin with this, because I have been kind of like keeping my sights on the Q4. But guess what? We do have two things I'm super bullish about for September. One, you guys all know I am possibly, there is a possible potential that we could get a utility event by an entity using XRP for payments. We got 10 days for that to happen, and we'll still see if that happens. I think that is in the cards. It could happen, so cross your fingers. And yes, I'll talk about it if it does happen and it gets public knowledge. You guys will all know about it, and then it may kind of roll over into that first week of September. Who knows? But the other one that's ironclad, this one's fantastic. It's August 25th, which is on Monday. Jim and I did a tweet up on there, and he says, they say, prepare your bags. This is so exciting. What are they talking about? Well, MasterCard took up a billboard up in New York City, and it is a MasterCard XRP card. I want one. That is really great. And apparently that goes out, or it goes live, or whatever. I think it's going to be available on 8/25 on Monday. And by the way, Mr. Poole called that back in 2022. He called that. He's got a tweet on it. It says MasterCard, and then dates align with where we're at. Good news. Also, this is in one other thing that we're probably through with this process of our correction. Maybe it lingers another day or so, perhaps, but today is a new moon, and that's actually one of my favorite trading patterns is the moon phase. And so, yes, it usually means that from a new moon to a full moon, we will go up. And when is that new full moon? That's actually on September 7th, not that far away. So yes, that is actually lands on a Sunday. Happens also coincide with Zach Rector's price prediction of a $7 XRP. I would really like the $7 XRP by the 7th. And then what goes into September that we'll have kind of factored in, the rate cuts. Powell's will decide on September 17th, which is a Wednesday, and there appears to be some good kind of telltale signs he is going to do at least a quarter basis point, and then some other cuts leading into the rest of this year. But there is an opportunity that we'll get perhaps as high as a half of a basis point. But if we get a quarter basis point, some other advisors, financial advisors out there and other people that take a look at this said that they think it would be extremely bullish. Not because it's only a quarter basis point, but they're going to front run all the rate cuts that will lead into the end of this year. So that will, again, just make that M2 money supply to start to pour into crypto. But a half one, that would be a nice surge to pump the markets. And worth repeating, this is from the Kwan brothers. XRP, they anticipate that it will reach $1,000, 4 digits, by 2030. That is their digital perspective, as Brad likes to say. And the quote of the day says, I was watching a show for about 10 minutes, listing all the great things that are fun. Then I realized that it was a religious channel, and she was reading a list of sins. Well, Remy Relief says, we're almost there, brother. It says, all those years of wanting come down to the next few weeks. Shout out to you, Remy. Can't begin to tell you how bullish I am for October, though. October, it definitely is going to be my Rocktober because we got that beautiful trifecta of events lined up and just magically lined up like the stars lining up, where we got the infrastructure bill, expect that to be passed by the end of October, our XRP spot ETFs, that should drop around October 18th, and then Ripple Bank should get their license by the end of October, and I'm leaving another one out. I actually anticipate by October 17th latest, we'll have the SEC, the Court of Appeals approve those Ripple and SEC dropping the appeals. I think that will happen on the 17th. Makes sense, because then when they approve the spot ETFs, then you got a lot of extra wind and more clarity, given that kind of clarity that the case is over. So that's 4 things. Add to that, on top of that, a bullish market with the M2 money supply, thanks to rate cuts fueling everything. And one more other little company that could toss their hat in the ring by then, expect them to, BlackRock. So yeah, and don't forget about November. November is going to be one to remember, because again, we got ISO 222. That is on the 22nd. Something else in November too. Oh, and the other thing is, I think that's when the spot ETFs, no later, some of them will start going live in November. So when that happens, that's when we're going to see that supply shock, just because there's so much money out there from financial institutions. Those titans at the gate, you have no idea when you add that on top of retail. Retail's just a speck of sand on that beach of the world's money. But this is the best for last as we get down to it. And this is why all those things, push those aside. I'm going to highlight one thing that's going on now that can give XRP a really high price, and I'll tell you what that price is. Get down to it. Yes, it was a 3-minute panel conversation that was published by DAI up on Twitter, about a 4-minute video and some change. And it's on the forefront. He says that Ripple is on the forefront of what's going on in the markets. He says it's on the forefront. And he's talking about Gemini, and Gemini, how they got 175 million line of credit with RLUSD, and the following day they did launch their IPO, or announce their IPO, right? And then he goes on to say, just look at all things that Ripple's doing, and it's like they are just really playing a smart game. He says they got their stable coin, and then also we'll have regulations come out. They'll get their banking license, and then they own a little company called Hidden Road, which is a prime broker, and that's a big deal. And then he says, he announces a second one got announced, and this is really crazy too. Ripple put out a post, said congratulations on Bullish on their IPO, and they are getting paid. Bullish is getting paid with 1.5 billion in Ripple RLUSD stablecoin. Unbelievable. And he says Ripple skating where the puck is going to be, and that really truly says it about best. He says Ripple skating where the puck is going to be, with institutions and governments side of crypto. So he goes on to say that utilizing the stablecoin to increase its usage is just basically pretty much brilliant. And he says that's what Ripple's doing, utilizing RLUSD to increase its usage and its liquidity. A huge 21st century exchange, which is Ripple, is what they're doing, offering IPO services to the likes of banks by, I can't read it. Oh yeah, just offering this to banks. And just keep in mind, this is without any full regulations. This is without the case ending. They're doing this right now today, which is really exciting. We got something that can push the price and move the needle much higher. He says that the liquidity in crypto market with equity IPOs is going to just fuel a move higher with the price of XRP. And he says this, I love this, quote this, the breakout to the upside is going to be pretty extraordinary. Doing IPOs on crypto exchange is genius, he goes on to say. He says, think BNB, Binance. If you wanted to get in on their ICO, you had to buy BNB. And so last, it's just, he goes on to say there's so much more money in IPOs than ICOs, and that, and especially with traditional finance. So yeah, so that's where they're going to. That's where the puck is with traditional finance through IPOs, which is going to dwarf what it is for ICOs on the crypto side. So then the last thing I did to kind of wind up this episode, let's take a look at BNB, shall we? I remember watching BNB, and it's always just been lofty high. Well, I haven't checked the price of it in a while. That Binance coin just made a new all-time high at $844. Now, you're telling me that you don't think XRP can hit $1,000? It could actually just hit $1,000 based on this way of increasing liquidity alone. Because look what it did for BNB. And if it's a market that dwarfs what crypto is in the traditional finance, we got just one more thing we can add to all these layers that we're excited about. In addition to the spot ETFs, in addition to when we get the RLUSD, in addition to the market reserves, doing strategic reserves, we can add this to the fire. And it looks like, yeah, you just might be needing a bigger boat. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.